Okay, let's just get right into it. You've seen the headlines, right? AI is taking over, companies are only hiring senior devs, the market is tough. So, what programming languages should you actually learn in 2026 to get a job? We're going to break down what the real data says and build a clear path forward.
First things first, let's tackle the biggest fear on everyone's mind. I mean, with all the layoffs and the shaky economy, it's super easy to think that entry-level tech jobs have just vanished. But is that really what's happening? Well, the short answer is no.
But, and this is a big but, here's the reality check. It's not that the jobs are gone, it's that the expectations have completely changed. Companies are still hiring junior developers for sure, but they're looking for a different, much more capable kind of junior than they were just a couple of years ago.
So let's debunk this whole myth about a dead junior market. We're not going to rely on feelings or headlines. We're going to look at some actual numbers. And you'll see, the story they tell is way more optimistic than you might think.
Check this out. After that industry-wide slowdown, the market for developers with 0 to 3 years of experience has seen a massive 47% jump in listings since late 2023. That data comes from Lightcast, and let me tell you, that is not a small shift. That's a huge, significant recovery.
And to make it even more real, if you just do a quick search on Indeed.com right now, you'll find over 24,000 open entry-level software engineering jobs, and that's just in the United States. These are real jobs available today. The opportunity is absolutely there.
So what's the catch? Well, this is the crucial part. Companies are hiring, but they expect you to hit the ground running. They just assume you know how to use AI tools to be productive. And that means they need you to have a deep understanding of code fundamentals. We're talking about the stuff under the hood, knowing how to organize data, how to hunt down and squash bugs, and how to work on a team with version control, not just knowing how to copy and paste some code. Okay, so keeping that higher bar in mind, let's look at the core languages that are going to give you that strong foundation and open the most doors in today's market. First up, Python. It's not just popular, it's an absolute beast. It is everywhere, from AI and data science to web development and just straight-up automation. It's kind of the Swiss Army knife of programming.
And look at this momentum. The latest Stack Overflow survey shows that 58% of developers are using Python. But what's really wild is that its usage grew by 7 percentage points in just 1 year. That's the fastest growth of any major language out there. Companies are adopting it like crazy.
Next up, you've got the undisputed kings of the web. I mean, if you want to build the websites, the apps, the products that people actually touch and use every single day, you just have to know JavaScript and its powerful big brother, TypeScript. So here's the deal. JavaScript is the foundation. It's the most widely used language on the planet. But the professional standard has shifted. Pretty much all modern development teams now default to TypeScript. Why? Because it helps you catch bugs before they ever become a problem and makes huge applications way easier to manage. Learning both is your golden ticket for web development.
Now let's talk about the languages that don't always get the flashy headlines but are quietly running huge parts of the world. Java and C#. These are the absolute titans of big companies, finance, and massive, large-scale systems.
Look, these languages offer incredible job security. Java alone has over 90,000 open jobs in the US, powering the backend for pretty much every major corporation you can think of. And C#, it's the backbone of the entire Microsoft world and a giant in game development. Yeah, they've got a steeper learning curve, but the payoff is a secure, well-paid career that's built to last.
All right, we've covered the core languages. Now, it's time for the secret weapon. The one skill that most beginners totally sleep on, but that gives you an immediate, massive edge over the competition. And that skill is SQL.
So why is SQL so darn important? It's simple. Every single real-world application, from your social media feed to your bank account, runs on data. And guess where that data lives? In a database that speaks SQL. User profiles, product inventories, analytics, it's all managed with SQL.
And if you need proof, here it is. Over 100,000 developer job listings in the US mention SQL right alongside a core language like Python or Java. Knowing how to talk to a database makes you instantly more valuable to literally any team.
This is the key. This is what you really need to get. Learning SQL is what lets you graduate from simple to-do list apps. It lets you build real, data-driven projects. And it helps you understand what your software is actually doing behind the scenes. And that is a skill that employers are absolutely desperate for.
So once you've got a core language down and you've got SQL in your toolkit, then you can start thinking about specializing. This is where you get to choose a language based on a very specific career goal you have in mind.
For instance, if you're really into cloud infrastructure and DevOps, Go is an amazing choice. If you're fascinated by high-performance, super safe systems programming, then Rust is the language that developers are just falling in love with. And of course, if mobile's your game, it's Swift for iOS and Kotlin for Android. These are incredibly powerful, but think of them as your level 2 choices.
Okay, so let's pull all of this together into a simple, actionable game plan. This is your clear roadmap to getting hired in 2026.
It really is this simple. Step 1. Master a core language that opens the most doors. That means either Python or the JavaScript and TypeScript combo. Step 2. Once you're feeling good about that, add your secret weapon, SQL. I'm telling you, this combination alone puts you way ahead of the competition. And only then you move to step 3, specialize. Pick up a language like Go, Rust, or Swift only when you know exactly what kind of career you want to build.
Because at the end of the day, what gets you hired in this new market isn't just a long list of languages on your resume. It is the proven ability to use those languages to build real things, to solve hard problems, and to show that you genuinely understand how software actually works.
Please, always remember this. Learning the syntax of a language, that's just the starting line. The real journey, and what companies really care about, is what you do after that. It's the building, the debugging, the problem solving, again and again. That's the real craft of being a software engineer.
So the path forward is a lot clearer now, isn't it? The opportunities are real, and the demand is definitely there for developers who have solid, fundamental skills. The only question left is, now that you have the map, which path are you going to take first?